Those were values I learned just up the street. Growing up with 6 siblings who were my sisters and 1 sibling who was my brother. Just up that street, we all went to Cardinal O'Hara High School. Sorry, Bill. Those Bonner boys. My mom, she taught math. My father, an immigrant from Czechoslovakia, he came over, he went to the U.S. Naval Academy. He fought in World War II. He rose to be a Navy captain, and there's no man that I have ever met that I more respect than him. Grade, I decided I was going to be like him. And in 1970, I went off to the Navy as the Vietnam War was occurring around us. And I relearned, actually I just reinforced those wonderful values my family had taught me. Public service does mean something. Honesty means something. Integrity, conviction, and principle above all. What you stand for, honestly. Thanks, Mom. I got to see the challenges of peace when I worked for President Clinton as his director for defense policy. And I got to lead men and women into harm's way. In the fury of a war. My pilots off my aircraft carrier battle group did the retaliatory strikes over Afghanistan. And then I came here, back home, and I retired. And we tried to instill those same values in how we did public service. Call us on a Sunday afternoon. That constituency office that Bill oversees is open 7 days a week to help because we are hurting. Go down to Washington, D.C., and you will find that they moved the first money in over 12 years into autism. Because I met so many families that had an autistic child, which is an epidemic in America. And with Pennsylvania recently having an increase of 37% in elderly abuse, the first bill was passed in the House of Representatives. In 17 years, we begin to protect our seniors from the elderly abuse. But in my 31 years in the Navy, what I was most taken by that experience, and what I so much want to apply over the next 6 to 7 years, as we try to do here, is I watched a military that invested in its people, that gave them an equal chance and the tools to succeed. Take me, for example. I had the privilege of going to the United States Naval Academy, and then a couple of years later, after time at sea, to Harvard University. And it also invests not only in an excellent educational program, but what a wonderful healthcare program. So that when our 4-year-old daughter Alex was struck with brain cancer, the military's wonderful healthcare plan reached out and gave her the best treatment possible so that she would live. And that's the reason I got into politics, to pay back. The military invested in its people. Now there's a great big dividend. You have a very productive, efficient, much more effective fighting force. And that's what we have to do for our workforce. From everything, education to healthcare, to our financial tax system should be geared and focused upon the working, the middle class family, the engine of our economy, and not focused upon those who merely profit from that economy. We can strengthen our workforce, and we must. Imagine a healthcare reform that is exactly competitive, innovative, affordable, affordable, accessible, and has quality. We're Americans. We're Americans. We can do that. Let's put college back in reach of our kids. Tuition is skyrocketing. Wages are falling. That's not how we wanted to enter the 21st century, nor should we continue that way. Show me. I challenge you to show me any country that is prosperous that is not educated, or any educated nation that is not prosperous. I don't believe you can overinvest in knowledge. And let's simply demand some very simple accountability and transparency to where our systems don't seem just to benefit. In a way you can't even see the well-to-do, the wealthy, the connected, just the powerful and not the image and beauty of our economy. And let's again lead this world by example and not intimidation. Men and women redeploy safely from Iraq. And let's put the proper focus on the Al-Qaeda that struck us, that unfortunately now has a safe haven in Pakistan. We must be engaged in this global war of terror, and we will win it. But without ever again losing sight of the values of those ideals, and never again compromise those ideals that so many of you fought for in the military. And let's also use our example in this one. So families with their children are not growing up in a polluted world. And let's capture those jobs in this new green economy that is starting to burgeon around this world. Let's find our company with the right tax incentives, that they invest in jobs for us, Pennsylvanians, and our children in the future. These problems, when I am your senator, are not going to just disappear overnight. I can't promise you that, but I can promise you that you will have, working for you, the hardest working senator. That you will have the most honest of senators. Senators, you will have the most caring of senators, and you will have the senator with the most energy that you have. I ask you to join us so that I can work for you as your senator with the most, and I mean the most, accountable leadership possible. Thank you.